Okay, everyone, we're going to try this out tonight. We're going to respond and react in real time to both Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. I guess they're called victory speeches. We're going to respond and react to their victory speeches as we watch them. Oh, here comes Bernie. So let's listen to this. Yeah, Bernie Sanders, he's doing it in Vermont. So 10 o'clock, that's actually pretty late for one of these speeches, considering the fact that you got American Samoa and California weighing in. Let's turn this up. Oh, here he comes. Mr. Democratic Socialist. Power to the people. Interesting. It's unbelievable how people just so blindly support him. You hear someone's promised to give you free stuff, and apparently that's it.
You know, it's a funny thing. 31 years ago today, we won the mayoral race in Burlington, Vermont.
Okay.
And we won that race against all of the odds. Everybody said it couldn't be done.
Yeah, so the funny thing is that he was really a nobody until he became mayor. He was a nobody.
When we began this race for the presidency, everybody said it couldn't be done.
That's actually really not true. Given the showing that he had in 2016.
I tell you with absolute confidence, we are going to win the Democratic nomination.
So this is a little early. I mean, obviously you have to say that for your crowd, but it's a little early to be making that kind of claim.
We are going to defeat the most dangerous president in the history of this country.
Yeah, look, he's won 2 states. It's a little bit outlandish. And to say that Donald Trump is the most dangerous president we've ever had, considering that he's a socialist, it's kind of crazy.
We are going to defeat Trump because we are putting together an unprecedented grassroots, multi-generational, multiracial movement.
It's all about the diversity. The more diverse something is, the more valuable it is.
It is a movement which speaks to the working families of this country.
The working families of this country want a good economy where they can actually earn a living.
For low wages and seeing all new income and wealth going to the top 1%.
That's actually not really that true. I was looking at some statistics that the bottom 50% of wage earners have actually seen some of the biggest increases since Trump took office.
The United States will have health care for all as a human right.
Yeah, that's what he says. I mean, it's a great premise, but every country that's tried that, none of the countries that have universal health care are nearly as big as the United States.
We will bring major reforms in education, making sure that all of our kids can go to college without coming out in debt.
So, instead of sending everyone to college, we should be talking about the fact that not everyone needs to go to college. The fact that people go into debt, college debt, to get BS degrees that they'll never use is ridiculous.
We are taking on the greed of Wall Street.
Oh, yes, the greed of Wall Street. Yeah, that's a classic.
The greed of the drug companies who charge us the highest prices in the world.
Yeah, the greed, the greed, the greed.
The greed of the insurance companies.
The insurance company's so greedy.
And given the existential crisis of climate change, we are saying to the fossil fuel industry.
Oh, yeah, so greedy, so greedy. My wife works in the fossil fuel industry. And I love
We
how
are
he uses the
saying
word
to the
existential.
fossil fuel
Everyone
industry,
uses that word.
their
It's almost like it's been
short-term
poll tested or
profits
something because
are not more important than the
I
future of
guarantee
our
that the
country and the
most
world.
people don't really understand what that means.
But we are not only taking on the corporate establishment, we're taking on
The
the
political establishment. Yeah. Once you've heard one of these speeches, you've really heard them all. There's not a whole lot new here from Bernie.
But we're going to win because the people understand it is our campaign, our movement, which is best positioned to defeat Trump.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really true. I don't know if that's accurate. It's hard to say that a socialist would be best positioned.
Trump with the same old kind of politics.
Oh yeah. We need a socialist. We need a socialist revolution to beat Donald Trump. That's the way to do it.
What we need
Oh my God.
is a new politics
Brings
working class people into our political movement.
Oh, okay, so this is funny because Donald Trump in 2016 actually took union workers out of the Democratic Party and got them to vote for him. So this is obviously a play for that, to try and win back those union votes.
In November will create the highest voter turnout in American political history.
So it's really interesting. So far tonight, his claims for massive voter turnout aren't accurate. He's not turning out younger voters the way he wanted to.
Because this will become a contrast in ideas. One of us in this race
that's one way to put it.
The opposition to the war in Iraq. You're looking at him.
Oh, so he's talking about Biden. The differences of ideas. He's talking about Biden.
Another candidate voted for the war in Iraq.
Yeah, boo.
One of us has spent his entire life fighting against cuts in Social Security, wanting to expand Social Security.
I guess that's Bernie. Bernie's the one who wants to expand Social Security.
And here we go. Been on the floor of the Senate calling for cuts to Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and Veterans.
Listen, it's not a matter of cuts. It's a matter of we need to live within our means.
The opposition to disastrous trade agreements which cost us millions of good-paying
this is interesting. This is a Trump position. This is how Trump has changed the landscape. Bernie Sanders will not be able to beat Trump on that. He will not be able to take Trump's position like that.
For disastrous trade agreements.
Well, that's true.
One of us stood up for consumers and said we will not support a disastrous bankruptcy bill.
The people cheering, they don't know the details of the bill.
And
Come on.
Another candidate represented the credit card companies and voted for that disastrous bill.
Yeah, no one is just boo. No one actually pays attention. No one knows what bill he's talking about.
Major goals in front of us, and they are directly related. First, we must beat a president who apparently has never read the Constitution of the United States.
Oh, yeah. Because constitutional rights are more in jeopardy with Trump than Bernie Sanders. That's
we should be an autocracy, not a democracy.
Oh, yeah, people booing as if they know what an autocracy is.
We need a movement and are developing a movement of black, white, Latino,
here we go.
Native American, Asian American, gay and straight.
Did he mention Caucasian people? I don't know if he did. I didn't really hear.
Of people who are making it clear every day they will not tolerate the grotesque level of income and wealth inequality we are experiencing. Yeah,
so this is kind of like the class warfare that he promotes.
We will not give tax breaks to billionaires when
billionaires,
half a million Americans sleep out on the streets.
Yeah, so those are two things that have nothing to do with each other. The fact that wealthy people, business owners, had tax breaks had nothing to do with the homelessness epidemic.
To go to the 1% when half of our people are living paycheck to paycheck.
Again, you can't take that money and give it to people and change their reality at all.
What's going to happen later tonight? We're doing well in Texas right now.
That's terrifying. The fact that Bernie Sanders is leading in Texas.
Won Colorado.
Yeah, and he'll probably Yeah, he got Colorado. That
And
makes
I'm
sense.
cautiously optimistic that later in the evening we can win the largest state in this country, the state of California.
And that's what's terrifying. California has over 1,000 delegates. He can get smoked by Biden in every other state, win
But no matter
California, and
what
still come out ahead
happens,
today. That's what's
if
terrifying.
this campaign, and I don't know what will happen, but if it comes out to be a campaign in which we have one candidate who is standing up for the working class and the middle class, we're going to win that election.
Yeah, it's Donald Trump is the working
And if
man's
we have
champion.
another candidate who has received contributions from at least 60 billionaires, we're going to win that election.
Yeah, I don't know if he's talking about Biden
And
or
if there
Trump,
is
but
another
it doesn't really
candidate
matter
in
because a
the
billionaire
race
can only
who is
donate the
spending
$2,800
hundreds
maximum.
and hundreds of millions of dollars, we're going to tell him in America you
Oh,
cannot
okay.
buy elections.
So he's talking about Michael Bloomberg, which I think it's pretty obvious you can't buy an election in America. He's spent hundreds of millions of dollars. I saw $500 million, and
So
Bloomberg's
I
only
am
won
excited
American Samoa.
about where we are. We have come a long, long way. And I want to, once again, thank the great state of Vermont and all of the people in the state.
Looks like he's winding down now. This is a late night for Bernie. It's 10:15.
Not only for the victory
This is late for him.
you gave our movement tonight, but for the years and years of love and support you have given me and
Literally
my family.
support. Literally, he is a public servant and he owns 3 houses. So thank you, people of Vermont, for literally supporting his family.
Vermont, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you all very much. Let's go on to the White House. Thank you.
Okay, so that was Bernie Sanders. That's pretty typical of Bernie Sanders. Pretty much everything we always hear from him. It's interesting to see how he was pivoting to target Biden. Obviously, that's what he needs to do. It's a 2-person race at this point. Obviously, you do have Bloomberg in the mix, but he's not. I think he's going to probably end up around 10, 15 delegates by the end of the night if he's lucky. I mean, maybe he could get more in California, but it's a 2-person race. It's Biden versus Sanders, and what we're seeing is that the Klobuchar and the Buttigieg, and I guess maybe Beto O'Rourke, their endorsements have helped push Biden across the finish line in a lot of these states. So we're gonna cut right here and come back when Joe Biden is on and listen to that because I have a feeling that's gonna be pretty funny. All right, we're getting ready to hear from good old Uncle Joe Biden. Oh my goodness, there was a picture that was circulating today of him sniffing a small baby. It wouldn't be a Super Tuesday without a picture of Joe Biden sniffing a child. But here we go, he's coming onto stage. It's interesting that he chose California for his I guess victory rally. It's interesting that he chose California because he isn't projected to win California. California, most of the polls are looking like Sanders will win California, so it's a little bit wishful thinking. Okay, that's his wife on the left, and I guess that's maybe his sister on the right. I don't know who that is, but I know that's his wife on our left, his right. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, he brought this campaign back from the grave. Yeah, except he called it Super Thursday the other day. Nope. Oh, they didn't switch on you. They've been staying there the whole time. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, awful good. Oh, he's on the teleprompter. He has to be on a teleprompter. Really? Joe Biden, one screw loose. That's it, your campaign. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, South Carolina was the first time he's ever won a primary. That's ridiculous. Yeah, no, it's not over for Bernie Sanders yet. That's here we go. We're gonna list them off. It's interesting though that Biden is listing all red, purple states. Virginia's blue, but he's listing all red states. So if he comes out ahead tonight, buoyed by red states that will never vote Democrat, and Bernie Sanders wins the blue states, it'll be pretty amazing if Biden wins the nomination without winning the most blue states. Yeah, Utah's not a small state. Here to report, my campaign is not dead. Yeah, not gonna happen, but okay. He's gonna eat you for lunch. Joe 30330. Go to Joe 30330. That's what you gotta do. Yeah. 30330.
People are talking about a revolution. We started a movement. We've increased turnout.
Yeah, I don't think Biden has increased turnout. I've yet to meet anyone excited about him.
Where we can do extraordinary things. Look, our agenda is bold. It's progressive.
It's not. It's really not. Yeah, you can't brag about pushing through Obamacare and then say that you're going to make Obamacare better, right?
Access to care, a bold vision. We invest billions of dollars to find, and I promise you, cures for cancer.
Okay, that is BS. For him to promise a cure for cancer, Alzheimer's, and diabetes, that is irresponsible. And going after gun manufacturers, of course, can't miss that. Here's that word again, existential. They all use the word existential. Ugh. Now, the Paris Climate Accord is nothing but a wealth redistribution scheme to get the United States to pay for countries like India and China to revamp their industry. It's just a scheme. Yeah, no, the federal government isn't going to provide raises for teachers. It's just not going to happen. It's not within the Department of Education's purview. Yeah, free community college.
And significant reduction in the cost of going to college and your student debt. If you volunteer, you pay nothing.
That is
Folks,
never going to work.
Let's get something straight. Wall Street didn't build this country. You built this country.
Again, with the Wall Street hate.
Built this country.
Gotta go after the
And
Wall
you
Street people.
built the middle class.
Gotta try and shill for the union vote.
We come from the three.
Uh-oh. What's she saying? What's she saying? What's that say? Does that say? Oh, there's another one. Oh, they got another one. What's it say? What is it? Let dairy die?
Well, let's see.
Did Joe Biden just get rushed by anti-dairy protesters?
Look,
Let dairy die. Wow, that's an exciting evening.
the middle class
You got rushed by
people
dairy
that
protesters.
I grew up in.
Oh man.
Celebrities are getting hurt. They're badly hurt. And guess what? They're the places where we come from. Many of you come from. It's where we were raised. The people. They're the reason why I'm running. There's the reason why I'm a Democrat in the first place.
Yeah.
These are people who build our bridges, repair our roads, keep our water safe, who
This
teach
is
our
typical
kids.
stump speech.
Look, who race into burning buildings to protect other people, who grow our food, build our cars, pick up our garbage, our streets.
His sister and
Veterans,
wife are pretty
dreamers,
distracting.
Single moms. And by the way,
Every dreamer, have hope because I'm coming and you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, so that's kind of frightening. That's kind of frightening.
And we're
Hopefully the
gonna
Supreme
provide
Court
a pathway,
throws that out.
pathway for 11 million citizens. If the other guy had voted for the...
Okay, so this is what he does.
I won't get going.
Oh, he's not going to get into it.
Look,
He loves to refer to illegal aliens as already American citizens, that they're basically Americans. So when he just said he's going to create a pathway for 11 million citizens to become citizens, that's his play. He already refers to them as citizens.
I will never forget. I will always remember, folks. That's why we need an economy that rewards work, not just wealth. Reestablishes the middle class, and this time brings
the middle class is thriving.
Everybody.
I don't know where he's getting this, that the middle class isn't thriving.
Their gender, their disability, their economic state, Democrats, Republicans, Independents.
Yeah, disability. People with the unemployment rate for people with disabilities is lower than it's ever been in our history. What is he talking about?
All the way to the White House. Look, that's why I was so proud yesterday being embraced by Amy Klobuchar.
All right, here we go. Here's the collusion between the Democrats. He's going to actually admit it.
And we're doing well in Texas because of Beto O'Rourke.
That man's frightening.
And that's why I was so proud, so incredibly proud to have Mayor Pete's endorsement as well.
Oh, yeah. Mayor Pete.
There's a man of character, intellect, and courage.
Oh, he had to search for that third word.
I was proud to be endorsed by Jim Clyburn. Man, he is something
Yeah,
else.
Clyburn saved his campaign.
Our campaign reflects the diversity of this party and this nation.
Again, the more diverse it is, the more valuable it is.
Because we need to bring everybody along. Everybody. We want a nominee who will beat Donald Trump. But also keep Nancy Pelosi the Speaker of the House.
Yeah, so that's what Democrats are really afraid of. That if Bernie wins the nomination, that Pelosi's done.
If that's what you want, join us. And if you want a nominee who's a Democrat, a lifelong Democrat.
That's interesting. So I guess that's going to be his take, that Bernie Sanders isn't even really a Democrat.
Join us. Look, this all starts with a revival of decency and honor and character.
Oh, jeez. This guy threatened to beat Donald Trump up.
Has fanned the flames of hate and sought to divide us.
That's not even true.
Demonized, and actually just the way he talks about people. He has not a single sense of empathy.
That's
He doesn't have any compassion.
no compassion, really.
For
Yeah.
the values that made this country who we
No
are.
support for the
Not
values.
the way you were raised by your moms and dads.
Yeah.
He looks at honesty and decency and respect, and he views it as a sign of weakness. He doesn't believe
Where does he?
that we're the beacon to the world.
Who makes this stuff
He
up?
doesn't believe we're all part of something bigger than ourselves. That's why I've said from the moment I announced to this candidacy, we're literally in a battle for the soul of America.
Oh yes, it's the battle for the soul of America.
Winning means uniting America, not sowing seeds of division and anger and hate. We got to beat Donald Trump, and we will, but we can't become like him.
Oh yeah, he literally threatened to take him out behind the woodshed and beat him up.
We need a president who can fight, but make no mistake about I can fight. But look, we need as badly, someone who can heal.
Oh yes, yes.
Look,
heal the wounds of the nation.
We passed Obamacare.
To heal the
what President
wounds.
Obama and I did saving the American automobile industry, or what we did. To
Oh,
pass
what
the
we
Violence
did.
Against
Here we
Women
go.
Act.
Here we
And
go.
But it's not enough.
Name dropping
This
Obama.
is just a start. We need a president who can heal the country as well. And that is what I will do as your president, I promise you.
Does anyone really think that Joe
It's
Biden
about
is going to bring
delivering
Republicans to the
real
table?
Results for you, your family, and the community. It's not about me, Jill, or Valerie. It's about you. It's about our families. To paraphrase the English poet Robert Browning, he said, our reach should exceed our grasp. And my reach does exceed our grasp because there's no doubt in my mind we can grasp whatever we reach for. Ladies and gentlemen.
The candidate known for groping people and sniffing people. Did he just say that he can grasp anything he reaches for? Oh, that is too funny. That is too funny.
I believe this.
Oh my God.
Bottom of my being. He said, history says, don't hope on this side of the grave, but then, once in a lifetime, The longed-for tidal wave of justice rises up, and hope and history rhyme. We can make hope and history rhyme because of what we sing. There's nothing we can't do. This is about the future. It's not about the past. It's about our children and our grandchildren.
Pay no
It's about
attention
leading this
to
country
my
and leading
shortcomings in the
world once
past. It's
again.
about the future.
Folks, we just have to remember who we are. My Lord, this is the United States of America.
Yes.
And it's time for America to get back up. And
We're
once
standing
again,
strong,
question
man.
the proposition
I
that
don't
we
know.
hold these truths
I don't
to be
know what
self-evident,
America you're looking at, but
that all men and women are created equal, endowed by the Creator.
oh,
with
he did it.
certain inalienable rights. We say so often in school, we don't realize how profound
The
it
part
is.
that he forgot, they
We never
added it
lived
to the
up those
teleprompter,
words,
and he
but
actually
for this
read it.
president, we've never walked
The
away
part of the
from it.
Declaration of Independence that he
Ladies and
forgot,
gentlemen, I believe with
they
every
added
fiber
it
of my being,
so that
that's
he
who
could
we
read
are.
it. Wow.
So let's get back up. We are a decent, brave, resilient people. We can believe again. But we are better than this moment. We are better than this president. So get back up and take back this country, the United States of America.
Wow.
There's not a single thing we can't do. God bless you,
Yeah.
and may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Well, that was something. The first uh the first victory speech I've ever seen interrupted by dairy protesters. That was something. That was a sight for sure. And the fact that with Joe Biden's history of grabbing people, that his speechwriters would actually put in that he can grab whatever's in his grasp. That was funny. But listen, this is gonna be a fight between the two of them. And honestly, I am glad that Biden is alive and well, because for conservatives, for Republicans, we want them to duke it out as much as possible, right? Looks like Bernie Sanders is winning Utah. We want Democrats to duke it out as much as possible. The last thing we want is for one of them to be able to turn their sights entirely on Donald Trump. We want them to be fighting each other, because make no mistake, if Bernie Sanders loses, if he is denied the nomination, especially if he's denied on the second ballot, his supporters are going to get extremely angry. I mean, there's that one undercover video from Project Veritas of the Bernie bro threatening to burn cities to the ground if he's denied. So we obviously don't want that, but we want them to keep going at each other, because the more money and the more time they spend fighting each other, the less time they have to fight Donald Trump. So that's going to be it for this video. If you like this, please be sure to click the thumbs up, like it, subscribe, hit that bell button to receive notifications, and put a comment. What was the funniest part of these two speeches that you heard? I have to say it's the grasp whatever I can reach. That was great. So yeah, let me know what you stood out for you, and we'll respond to as many comments as we can.